Hello and welcome to a new episode of Just Jan 2K. We're your hosts, Chance Johnson.
And Junior Griffin.
So before we get into this video, I just wanted to say we made this video back in the summer. I don't know why it never got posted, but here it is finally, so we hope you guys enjoy.
And hey, listen, it's been a while. We got back. Hey, glad to see you again. Thank you for tuning in for another episode.
Oh God.
Bro, really, we've just been talking and spitballing, thinking about some ideas of some episodes. In today's episode, we really thought about was trying about finding oneself, things that can help people improve their lives.
Your spiritual being.
Yeah, finding oneself,
spirituality. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I woke up this morning and me and Junior were just going down the rabbit hole, and my spiritual sense just woke up and it was crazy. It was like I was high, but I wasn't high. It was just pure dopamine. Like I was in the gym, wasn't getting tired. I had so much endurance and just it felt like there was something inside of me, or someone putting his hand on my shoulder and just carrying me through my workout. But it was just so crazy. My mind just got picked so much. I feel like I'm awoke right now. Like I'm just awake in my spiritual sense.
Yeah, I hate you, but no, I'm awake too, and I feel you, bro. Because like we said, we were talking about your spiritual self and how to grow things. And I personally believe spirituality is it's not a religious thing. That's first and foremost. I don't believe that spirituality is all the way a religious thing. I believe spirituality is a morally just thing. We can all don't get a choice. I believe in my religion, I am a Christian person. I have my beliefs. That's how I was raised and all that stuff. But I truly believe the whole point of religion is to be spiritually connected with the being, the Lord, the Creator. And if we're just sitting here twirling, it's kind of off subject. If we're sitting here twirling between different religions, oh, mine's right, yours wrong, this side, we're all divided as people.
Yeah.
We never grow. We never do anything better.
We're all just bickering all the time, going back and forth, dividing,
causing more trauma things, which we won't get into. We're going to talk about trauma things, but yeah, finding oneself and understanding the history of your people. You got anything to add to that, Chance?
I was just gonna say, and to go off of spirituality, bro. For the longest time, bro, I generally just thought it was really just a joke or it wasn't real.
Me too, dead ass.
I generally thought it was just spirituality, what does it really mean, stuff like that. But bro, after this morning, bro, I low key I woke up, I was I'm not totally in full fledged of my spirituality, but it low key put its foot in the door in a sense for me, that in a sense of having hope that that spirituality is a real thing. That shit is real. You just it's on everybody's timing.
The problem is but we talk about this all the time. The problem with the world, my personal opinion, one of the greatest problems with the world is everybody's spiritually dead or asleep, like
zombie,
zombies,
internal, like nocturnal and stuff, just NPC going through the motions of everyday life,
yeah,
and not seeing the bigger picture of things around them.
Yeah, and when we say that, because it's put it like this, y'all. It kind of goes back because we were studying our spirituality, and I was talking about Chance stuff I've been reading because I've been going through the history of the world and the religions, and I started going over the 7 deadly sins, and I was like, you know what, God, explain, put this on my heart, made me read it, understand it more, and I really realized those 7 sins are really powerful, and it's going to be kind of ironic, Chance, when you think about it in the sense of there's people that talk about, oh, I'm a Christian, or oh, I'm this, and I'm prayed up, and I do this, and I'm against the devil and all this stuff. But yet they don't know how he comes, how he attacks.
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent of being you know what? I'm about to play the Miami Heat. I'm not about to watch no game film. We're just gonna pull up out there.
Like the arrogance, the cockiness,
the pride,
pride.
And that's another thing. First thing we talk about, pride. You can't admit that you're wrong, or you can't admit that you don't know anything.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I was younger, I was so stubborn and prideful. And you remember when I was young?
Yeah.
I was. It was bad. I didn't want to listen to no one. No, I take advice.
Me too, bro. I was that way. Before we get into it, y'all, we need to go back a little bit. When we talk about the 7 deadly sins, we'll list them for you real quick, just so y'all know. If some of y'all don't know what we're talking about, the main 7 sins, or the 7 deadly sins that everyone ties into, they are pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath. Those are the main sins that tie into everybody's problems. So first and foremost, they always say, pride. Pride is a strong one. It's the most common one. Chance knows me, bro. My favorite song in this world is by Kendrick Lamar, "Pride," and I love the beginning. Love's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be the death in me and you and me. Like it's so crazy. But gonna go back to you talking about how you're prideful. We're both prideful.
Nah, but it just made me like when I was younger, and then I understood like more like, like it feels better almost if you're all prideful and pride up. Like you don't do nothing if you're always prideful and I can do this, I can do that. I don't need you. I don't need this. Like you're hurting yourself of prosperous things you can do with the people around you, but also like you're it's just like it's pushing people away. So not only are you handicapping yourself in a sense to grow something within a group of people, if that's your thing, like you're also like turning people away. So you're breaking relationships pretty much.
Yeah,
You're hurting
you're
relationships.
and not only that, Chance, to add on to it, not only are you messing up your life, not necessarily messing up your life, but you're not getting the most out of life for you and your people. Think about your children after that. You won't because the whole point of living life is to leave something greater than you afterwards, and a legacy for your children. What do you leave them if you twiddle your whole life away?
On God, on God, on
Like
God,
what-
on God,
like
on
what?
God! I just woke up again. Thanks, Junior. Oh
Like-
my God!
But that comes from like learning your history. We were talking about, and it goes back to early things when we talk about learning oneself. You got to learn your history of your family or who you are, because how do you plan to move in this life if you don't know where you come from, or like your actual family blood, where they come from? What's this Trump like? What did they do? What we do best? What's this, that, other? Or like my skin tone, like what's my ethnic roots? Where did they come from in the world? What were their trials and tribulations? What did they overcome? And like that type of stuff. You need to learn about your people, because if not, you're just a zombie walking around not caring about anything because you don't think there's nothing to care about.
Yeah, man, you just blew my mind again. Holy shit! That's a good way. Yeah,
Like, and when you get to that mind frame, me personally, you're easier to control.
yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck in a, and I would say like, you're almost in a sense stuck. Not you're stuck in your not in your mind more so just going through the everyday motions of things. You're going through the motions. You're just going through the motions. You're like just you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, but you're not feeling no emotion, and you're not accomplishing nothing. You just keep on doing the same thing, and
that goes into, not only does it go to your pride, that goes into like, and it's something a lot of men, I'm telling you now, because also Men Mental Health Awareness Month, like men, as men, we're always taught, because I know I was taught this, and we teach it, but it's like as men, you're supposed to like bottle things in. You're never supposed to talk about these things. You're never supposed to you're supposed to internalize all your emotions and keep pushing forward and stuff. And honestly, that is not healthy. That is not healthy one bit whatsoever.
Oh no,
And it's no shame in, like, guys, I want you to know, listen, that is one of the first sins is pride. Like, I get it. It sucks admitting that there's a problem or it hurts or something's wrong.
Because in the grand scheme of things, a man is supposed to be strong and have everything figured out every day of every step of the way, every minute of life.
Like that's why there's so many.
It's overwhelming, low key, bro.
And that's
it's
like,
overwhelming.
and a lot of men have pride, and that's why there's so many men like taking themselves out of here, because like they can't handle the thought of not being able to do what they thought they were supposed to do. They didn't conquer the sin of pride, which is also sad, and envy, But you got anything else you want to say to that, Chance?
I was gonna say let's go on to the next sin.
Okay, yeah. And like we were saying, talking about that, and understand, like we said, once you understand yourself, you can now understand how to accordingly move in this life, in this world. Because I was talking to you, 7 sins, the traumas that we all have, we all experience.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to elaborate a little bit on that,
like the traumas of like they could possibly like get passed down to you and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. So like, best way to describe it is like, where everybody knows what traumas are, just like it could be like an emotional experience, it could be like something physical, something that just traumatizes you, and it could be like the smallest thing, like it could be like a girl making fun of you in front of everybody, and you get your heart broke, or
like falling down, falling down and scraping your knee, and your friends laughing at you,
or you watch your best friend get like taken out of here by like a machine gun or something, like war, like something like that on the
Yeah.
streets, or you a little kid, you like wet the bed, and your cousins and stuff clown you so hard that you like now embarrassed to actually go do something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not talking from experience, but I'm saying like that the little people just laying in bed and pissed,
Yeah,
and just scared to get
yeah.
up. Bro, you know how scary that. I'm sorry, it's kind of off topic, but like you know how funny. Like it's not funny, but it's funny. Like you walk in there, and there's just a little baby just sitting, like a little cousin sitting there pee because they're like scared to get up. They're like, I ain't in no pee. I'm cool.
Bro, and low key, that's some prideful. That's those little kids
little jits.
thinking that like they're acting on pride and they don't even know it.
But it's like,
That's crazy,
but they're
bro.
just kids, bro. They're just kids, bro. They're just messing with each other, like having fun. It's like nothing crazy.
But when he's sitting there like, I can't like move or I can't like go do this or do anything that what I should be doing. That's a pride thing. But you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but also when it goes back to that, we were talking about traumas earlier. Like everybody, and what I'm about to say, bro, it's gonna sound revolutionary probably to some people. It's gonna sound crazy, but listen to me. What I'm about to say sounds so crazy. Just listen to me. Everybody has traumas. You got to get over them. Now listen, that's easier said than done. I know, trust me, I'm one of the people that understand there's a lot of traumas in this world. But listen, especially men, listen, we were all created for a purpose. I don't know it. This don't know it.
Yeah.
No one truly knows, but God knows. The creator, whoever created us all knows this stuff. Think about how far you've come so far in your life. Like things could be bad. Things could be horrible. You're still breathing. You're still alive. Like you still think about it, you have a chance to be better each day. Like that's one thing I want you to tell you. Like when it comes to your pride and sins of envy and all stuff, let that shit go. Listen to me, y'all. I love basketball. I've been playing since I was literally 3 years old. Mm-hmm. I am in a god darn boot, and it's driving me crazy. I can't do really much else, and I had to let my pride go and accept that I needed help this whole like time because I've always been on my own doing stuff. Yeah. I feel so much better. It's part of my spiritual awakening. God humbled me for a quick second, but yeah, traumas. Everyone has traumas. They come in all shapes and sizes. We don't know when we get them. Some of us are born with them. Some of them happen to us later in life. I don't understand why we get them. They just happen to us. Do you have anything elaborate on traumas?
I would say in a spiritual sense, and this sounds like probably crazy, but it almost sounds. Some of you it might make sense. Some of y'all you might think I'm crazier, but we talked about like sometimes when someone is born, if the mother and the father had traumas in their lives and stuff, and they didn't conquer the seven deadly sins of what they dealt with and stuff, because when you're born and it's family and stuff, all this stuff is connected with blood. Like that blood is spiritual and real live energy. It's energy, and you know they don't conquer their things. They may pass. Oh, there's no may. They more than likely they're going to pass down their sins that they didn't conquer and stuff. So now the kid may not know it whenever he's born and everything, but as time goes on, he'll start. And that's why they say you just act like your father, your mother, and stuff. In a sense that can be a good thing and stuff, but sometimes like
it can be bad.
It can be bad because now you could be dealing with their sins.
You know what? They did. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is kind of crazy.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense because you know what? It's gonna make it sound kind of sad. I remember the other day I was watching a TikTok thing, and I'd get like feeds all the time of random people, and I was watching like interviews, and it was just like this skinhead, and he was just talking about his life, like his actual life.
Yeah,
bro. Here's the sad part. And here's the scary. There's a lot of people in like hate groups and stuff that they really don't hate you, bro. They just want, they have anger and stuff. They just want to put it towards somewhere else because they don't know how to feel. Because as I was listening to this man's story, his life was like, mom kept leaving him in and out. Dad was always on drugs and stuff. Like, and you could tell like it was hurting him. And he had a brother. It was just them two. And if he's saying like it got to the point where like they said he started to look like his mom, and everyone in his family could not stand her. And they started treating him like her, and he started to lie like she did, and started doing what she did because he's like, I'm just like my mom, and he just went off, basically kind of like went down the deeper end and went down that path, and that's how he ended up in the clan. And it's like, damn, all that dude needed was just someone to tell him that he was loved,
Just some emotional support.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, like, bro, emotional support. Not even if you're a man or a woman, like that shit. The emotional support can go a long way for people. But that's the thing that comes in with the sin of things. People don't like talking about their problems and stuff because they feel like they're too. It's a burden. They're a burden, or they feel like no one will listen and stuff. But
Go ahead, no, continue.
I was just gonna say like, but if people were just more sincere and more like carrying on like to at the end of the day like the human being, bro, like like emotional support can just go a long way for a lot of people in this world.
But you gotta think, Chance. Well, how we're talking about this, everything will make more sense. So check this out. You're talking about how like if you said more support easy. That's a sense of community. Like everybody used to have community. Like let's break it down in history books. Back in like the 60s, 70s, or whatever, civil rights time, bro. The black community was tight, like tough. Like all these different communities that were tight with their people. What community we have now? They were just like, not even if you had to be spiritual, they would give the shirt off their back to somebody, or they would try to be nice to somebody. Like, they would try to build a sense of community. There's no more sense of community, Chance. Like in this day and age, I actually feel like everyone's so blind they don't realize there's no community. Like we have phones. I could call someone in Asia right now and talk to them about stuff. But I don't know my next door neighbors. We don't know our neighbors, Chance. We don't know how many kids they have, what's their names, where they're from. We don't know who lives right next to us. And that should be scary to you to think about. But that's no sense community. We're just all living here.
Yeah. Bro, it's like we're Sims.
No, we're all Sims, but like in the sense, I'm saying like there's no sense community. So like what you're saying, mental health and stuff, it'd be easier to get a long way. Because if I walk outside and someone just generously be nice to me, it'd be all right. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is a true story. If this lady ever sees this video, thank you for that. I was in Walmart, bro, one time, and I do spark driving all the time. Like I said, I'm in this boot. I just got to back where I could walk. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was kind of in the middle space. I'm walking out, staying hobbling, finally feeling a little bit better myself, getting my jobs. And there's just like this elderly white lady in this lane. And she looked at me and she said, "Excuse me, blah, blah," walk past. And like, I always can sense when people are like, as some of y'all can tell, I can sense when people are like staring at me or they're about to do something. They're trying to say something. So I'm doing my job and I was like, at some point, this lady's about to come back. I don't know what's about to be said. She walks up to me. I'll never forget this. I'm walking down the aisle. She stops me. She grabs me by my arm. She goes, "Sir, can I ask you a question? Can I do something for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." She immediately closed her eyes right then and she started praying for me. She started praying for healing on my leg and making sure that I was okay and stuff. A random stranger. I don't even know who that lady was.
That's deep. That's
like that happened. Like I never told you that, Chance. That happened like a couple weeks ago. And not to make this, not to try to be funny. The very next day, like my ankle was stiff, but like it got to where I can actually bend it again. Like that's why I was so happy that next morning because I didn't tell nobody that. I was like just watching how it all worked out.
That's crazy. That
was just a sense of community. Like that was just a sense of her being loving and caring.
Yeah,
she didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, she didn't. But that's insane. I guess that's like an example of how like strong a community and when people are with each other and aligned, how things can just move so.
But you didn't think about this. All the communities are outlined because think about this. I had to think about this personally, and I'll be real with you, bro. I remember like when it came to like illegal people, they're like they need to be out here, this and other. And I agree, like we need to do stuff right. But like as you're watching these shows and stuff, and how like they're just like running up and grabbing kids, snatching people, and just snatching them out their house and stuff. It's like, bro, they might not be here respectfully, and I know you got to do your job to get them out here because some people are gonna fight, but like they're still humans at the end of the day. Like, don't hurt them like cattle and shit. Like, it's kind of fucked up. And like, and in as communities, we all say, everyone say, "Oh, let's stand with this community. We need to do this. We need to do that." If we really stood with these people, bro, we would get like supplies. We would do stuff to help make it easier for them to get here instead of just sitting around rooms and complaining. That's not a community. That's just bitching, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, though.
No, I'm saying that's all I got. Like, you have to have like work on your spirituality. It helps sense the community, and that's another thing. I think spiritually, y'all. To me, spirituality like also has to do with your moral justice and your code. I don't feel like we have enough spiritual leaders. Like, and I mean like spiritual leaders like in all offices. People care more about money and stuff, which goes into the greed, than they do about actual human lives.
Damn, they really don't. I get, maybe
they be pushing on fear and stuff.
Maybe I'm really like tripping on this one, or maybe I didn't do enough research on this, but I feel like one of the last people that like I could see like having some type of spiritual being that was like a pretty like like known as like a leader of a place and stuff, bro. It was low-key like Nelson Mandela, bro.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
I'm like,
But
I feel like he's
like,
not. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I should be paying attention. I love stuff. I should know that. I'm sorry. I know, but I don't know enough.
I think he passed away actually.
I think he did too. I was making sure. I know he did. Yeah, he did, bro. We're so stupid. He passed away in 2013. I was still in high school, bro.
But as I was saying though, like I think he was one of the last people that had a sense of spirituality.
I mean, there's like people, like there's still spiritual people around us, bro. But like I know what you're saying.
But as a figurehead in this world, a top leader, like a leader, like someone that leads,
by like, because like think about it, bro, like,
or even celebrities too. Like a lot of celebrities don't have spiritual.
No, they're not spiritual, bro. Think about this, bro. They make millions a year, and you know you're gonna make more money. They be like, oh, I did this charity here, that, and other. Why not fund this community? Why not build a school, like help build a brand new school? Why not build a community center so kids can go and do that instead of being outside doing drugs and other type stuff? Because they don't care. It just looks good.
It's all fucked. It's all messed up. It's all messed up, man.
It's just like the more you understand your spiritual side, the more things awaken, and the more you got to realize we got to be together, prayed up. And hey, the old black sayings finally make sense. They be like, just keep living, child. The longer you live, the more things make sense. Just keep living, child.
I'm glad I know that.
Bro, I love old people. Bro, I'm telling you, Chance, if you ever have a chance, I wish you would have met your grandma Johnson. But like, if you can meet another old black person, like, just go chill at their house, bro. They'll drop some information on you, and they'll give you some good food.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not wrong.
Man. I think my favorite thing to do, I'll go to my grandma's house. I promise you, every time Judge Judy is on or something, or we're watching the news, and we'll be talking about some real stuff, and then she'll look and be like, "What's that? What's that TV talking about over there?"
Like, dude, I would do that with my white grandmother though. Like, we would be watching Judge Judy or Cops or just stuff like that.
Bro, why do old people, bro? You know what's funny if you think about it, and we can't. You know how old. I'm about to get on the old generation. I think they'd be hypocrites. They'd be like, this new generation with these baddies and stuff. Y'all out here full of sin. I'm like, bro, I distinctly remember watching Jerry Springer with my aunt, like when I was like 7 years old on sick day. And like it was like the whole episode was 10 girls out there, and your job was to guess if they were a man or a girl. So I was sitting there, imagine me like a little 7-year-old, like, that's definitely a dude right there on camera. That's a dude. Like I shouldn't be watching this right now. I should be like watching like a nature documentary or something, or
like a cartoon, bro. Like, nah.
Shout out to my aunt Dorothy.
What do we got anything else?
No, I don't. We have more to the series. We have more to think about spirituality. Actually, I think we do, because we can tie into like examples of like you're talking about the blood.
The blood is energy and stuff.
Yeah. We can talk about that another time. We'll talk about that another time, y'all. But now when it comes to like the experience we're talking about, we got to get back to traumas because we kind of signed off on that. Actually, no. We'll say that for another time. That's another episode too. Good been into histories. But hey, like always,
we appreciate y'all support and stuff. Thank y'all for tuning in, watching the videos and everything. We appreciate y'all.
But go ahead.
But
I was gonna say, like, hey, listen, we love doing this thing. Just give us ideas, bro. Like we honestly, I'm not gonna crash out no more. I learned that's my wrath right there. I get prideful when I love something. I love hard. I get prideful. So I'm sorry about that, but listen, y'all. I need y'all to understand. We love to make content. We want to make content, and we're going to continue to make content. We just want to make content y'all want to listen to.
Yeah. So like, because like in a sense, you guys wanting something, and we deliver it, and you watch it, it just starts building something.
Like we want to build a community. Let's build a community, y'all. Let's make change. Let's make change. We always talking about there's no sense community. Let's build our own community here. And then once we get our community going, we can link up with some other communities. How about we start that? In fact, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like
share this with your friends or family. And
listen to it in the background while you're doing homework. I don't care.
Yeah. Or when you're in a traffic jam or doing a long drive, whatever you got to do, man. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
You can listen to us while you play video games. Hey, I'm right here with you. Sneaky golem in the pocket. Let's go. All right, what you got, anyway?
Just say, yeah, y'all stay prayed up, blessed up with your family, and keep your spirituality like an open mind.
Yeah, we have more on the subjects, and we were going to dig into it. That was just the first beginning of it.
Yeah.
Tell us what y'all think. Tell us what y'all want to know more about, and we'll get into it with y'all.
Peace.
Peace.